This feature can save you thousands of dollars in user fraud, and that is device indexing. And every mobile application, especially Lovable mobile application, should support this. Now, here's the problem. Let's say you have an AI mobile application where users are getting credits. Let's say they're getting 200 credits to sign up. Now, there are some users who are going to sign up, create an account, use their 200 credits for free, log out, create a new account, use another 200 credits for free. And, the moment you notice it, you already gave them thousands of credits for free because you don't have a secure system to handle that or make it at least harder implemented. That's why we have added device indexing into the Despia SDK for your Lovable mobile application. What that allows you to do is it allows you to get the user's device ID using the variable Despia.uuid inside of your Lovable application. You can take this, send this to your backend, use it for identification and indexing purposes. So when you already have a user account with that device ID in your database, you don't give them free credits on a new account. You still let them do a new account, but no free credits for that. It's a very important feature, especially now where every application has some sort of tokens, credits, or points system. So let's take a look at that. So we have this pre-built Lovable prompt here under lovable.despia.com for exactly this SDK device indexing. So it first, as always, references the NPM package here. So Lovable got all the context that it needs to implement this. Then it tells Lovable to npm install Despia native. Then it's going to import Despia from Despia native. And then we're just going to access this variable using Despia.uuid. So let's implement this in our existing application. Let's copy this. Fantastic. And let's paste this prompt inside of here. And now for example purposes, I'm just going to say, just add a text area into the page showing the device ID. Now in your example, in your live production application, what you would do is you would probably have a login or an authentication endpoint, an authentication workflow. And what you would do is when you start the authentication process, you're always just going to pass on the Despia.uuid to get the device ID, send it to the backend, make sure it's all synced, right? You can just do a reference table where you have on one row user ID, device ID, and then you make sure you just track all the device IDs to make sure, to prevent abuse and all of that. And now if you may ask yourself, what if they sell their iPhone? The device ID actually gets resetted when the user does a factory reset. Now, I don't think they're going to do a factory reset to get another 200 credits. Very unlikely. So it protects from that, but it doesn't, screw up users who will buy a refurbished iPhone or something, right? So that's something to consider. Let's publish this here. Now, the beautiful thing with Despia and Lovable is you got updates over the air. So what does that mean? I can do an update directly inside of Lovable, and it will update the mobile application that's on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store live in real time. The update just happened. So let's actually set this up here. Let's take a look at that. Let's open the application. I still have the old UI, the old application here. So now if I close the application and open it again, you will see the change happened. And that is my unique device ID. There you go. And that's my ID. And now you can relate this. You can take this, send it to your backend, do whatever with it, what you want to do. But this is an ID that you can rely on within the user session, that this is the user, and that this is the user, and if they have multiple accounts, it's likely that they're going to try to mooch out some credits from you. So if this user ID is already in your database, don't give them credits when they create a new account. And you can do a very simple condition. You can prompt Lovable to set that up using Supabase, Lovable Cloud, whatever backend you're using. But that is a great security feature that building a native application gives you. Now, PWAs don't have that feature. You would work with local storage, but that can be cleared by just clearing the cache and all that kind of stuff. This is a more secure alternative to generating a UUID, setting it into local storage, which is also an alternative. But, it's something that is easier to go around because for this, they have to reset their device and go through some hoops to get that all sorted out. But there you go. That is essentially how it works. Now let's try one thing. It starts with 3.5 and ends in 9b. Let's try deinstalling the application. We're going to delete this application, and I'm going to install it again through test flight. So we're just going to do that here. Got my application. It starts with 3.5. We'll open this again. Allow all the stuff. And as you can see, even after deleting and installing the application again, the ID stays the same. Now, I would have to do a full factory reset to get that restored, but this is a really cool feature. Very, very helpful when you're trying to prevent fraud when it comes to giving people free AI credits. So that is one of the advantages in building a mobile application directly inside of Lovable with the Despia SDK compared to using a PWA or some other framework or technology. There you go. And that's how you make your application more secure and save money on free credits. Thank you so much for watching. And I can't wait to see the next video where we're going to talk about even more exciting native functionalities that you can add using Despia directly inside of your Lovable application. Take care. Bye.